I mean, hey, what's going on, everyone? Welcome to Speed Gaming for another Super Metroid Map Rando tournament. Today, we got oh my gosh, we got a headliner for you today. Top contenders, actually, Path on the left, and we have Oats and Goats, of course. I've on comms I have Mimi, which is me, and of course another top runner in this Super Metroid Map Rando tournament, the legend himself, Spiffy Thomas. What's going on, Spiffy?
Who? What legend? I see no legend here.
Yeah, I saw you cook one of those, like, you had like this one race where it was like pretty much like the top 8, and I think you got first, maybe second. But you cleared that seed, so you are definitely the voice. The credibility goes all to you in commentating this matchup for sure.
Oh, I do my best. Yes, my name is Spiffy Thomas, and today we're gonna have a matchup between Path, the 13th seed in this tournament, versus Oatsngoats, seed number 4. The man, the myth, the legend himself, the guy also known as the face of Super Metroid. Dude, they're already off. Oh, okay, we got some syncing issues here. Let me go ahead and fix that for you.
Yeah, for sure. I know that, of course, Oats has been running these back to back to back, and then Path has also been just improving. Been running since like season 1 though, so that's a name to get familiar with. Trust. Morph already from the get-go. So this mode is a funny one. It's one that can go pretty quickly because you don't have to look for bosses. The only objective is literally just get your ammo or your charge or enough to make quick work of Mother Brain and Mother Brain Phase 2, and then escape the planet.
Yeah, exactly. It's gonna be a tough one. You see them both right here, kind of struggling to get past this sizer. If you're fast, you can actually just kill that sizer before it comes into that little vertical part of that tunnel, and it's actually a lot quicker there. So both of them a little scared of the sizer. No suits. They do 120 damage. They're not to be trifled with. Almost got hit with the grab, please. But yeah, they're gonna be moving and schmoving right here. Oatsngoats, former world record holder of the 80% category, as you all know. He is heavily favored to win this one, of course, but at the same time, you can't count Path. Path, the 13th seed, for a reason, showing up at a lot of races, putting in the work to get good. You can just see in his movement that he's not going to be a pushover. No, he's going to give Oats a run for his money for sure.
Yeah, with the increased popularity in map randos, I really like how, you have your household names of Super Metroid speedrunning and just map rando professionals, but alongside those names, you can put people like Path in for like top contenders to also potentially take the whole crown of this tournament, because I don't know. I just like the variance that there is in map randos, especially with all these different modes. It could be anyone's race, for sure.
Definitely. As even people such as myself, I know I put in a lot of time, and you call me the man, the myth, the legend. But at the same time, I'm 7th seed in this tournament. But that's also because I have a lot of experience in Map Rando. In the beginning, before Map Rando became the new hotness of Super Metroid, it was actually just Eddie, myself, and Aussie racing. Little people they don't know that. They don't know. It was something that we did very, very early on our own. But
Deep cut lore.
After, yeah, actually, we were one of the few pioneers to try and get it to take off. And then eventually Eddie managed to rope the lasso Oats into getting into this. He loved it. He loved it.
I think
it's just blown up from there.
Oats just likes winning. That's what he likes. Let's just not kid ourselves. That's why he's in it. No, for sure. It's really cool to be able to put randomizers. Just on a more popular scale, I always loved randomizers. It's what got me into seriously speedrunning Super Metroid. So shout
Oh
out
yeah,
to
for
y'all
sure.
and everything. But yeah, right now,
Absolutely.
runner's still just trekking, looking for items, looking for progression, grapple points to something actually.
Oh yeah, so we're gonna see a lot of kind of early items in this path. It looks like no Nevny morph. We got our morph ball really early, so that brings out a lot of the tragedies. Typically, late morphs is something that most runners aren't quite used to yet. Still, it happens rarely, but it does happen. So we've already got 2 tanks. That's gonna be enough for some heat. We already have every ammo type, which is massive for doors. Grapple beam is gonna be key for some kind of underwater movement. Now you saw Oats look at I'm sorry, not Ocean, the Coliseum room.
Coliseum.
He just got grapple, and without high jump, I don't believe it is in logic quite yet in hard difficulty.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna mention. I saw him look for that. He could have possibly gone for a risky play and go out of logic. Because I'm also assuming. Ooh,
Absolutely, yeah. So Path was actually kind of throwing a Hail Mary out there. Maybe the Oats of racing against the legend Oats himself is making him make some harsh decisions, some rash decisions, trying to take some risks, maybe get some payout from it. So he goes down Main Street without any real way to get back up, ends up taking a reset because of it. Now you see Oats on the right-hand side, he got Speed Booster, and if he went for that risky play to go across Coliseum, perhaps there's something over there for him, perhaps that's the way forward, but he would have skipped out on Speed Booster, and that would have been tragic. Speed locks in this game are so tragic, especially if you skip the item in the beginning of the game. So you have to be careful about stuff like that.
I think one of the more frustrating parts of the beginning of a map Rando seed is having a blind check every. Oh, I mean, okay, so Oats is still gonna go for it. I just have to set up that.
Absolutely. So in the chat, and we got a Needle SM, one of the favorite people to win this whole tournament, honestly, in my opinion. Huge, massive underdog. Between he and I at this point, I think he should be the 7th seed, honestly. But he said that Path was trying to sacrifice for the map, which is always a wonderful trying to play. It doesn't always work, though, because sometimes you just can't reach, and it's tragic. However, if you manage to get that map early, especially in a zone the size of Brinstar, it is massive. Suddenly, you know exactly where you need to go. At the pause of a button, at a glance at the map, you can route exactly what you need to do. Unfortunately, this play didn't pay off for this time.
So I'm still. Oh, okay. So speed must have been for this room then, right? Or potentially. Oh, that's a hit. That one
Spicy.
Oh, okay. So this is where Path did not, or excuse me, Oats did not go.
Yeah, so we've already seen some divergence here. Oatsngoats, I saw him in Aqueduct, and he has speed. I don't know if that room on the bottom left is water or not. If the bottom left room in Aqueduct is not water, that allows you to get the 2 items to the top right. Oats might be just prioritizing this map over going to get those 2 items in Aqueduct, though. He already has every ammo type, and the chance of a major being there is actually pretty small. He's already seen a few majors. He's got 4. Grapple, X-ray, morph, and speed. So he's thinking that maybe they're just going to be filler. Gonna move on and find the Fantoon map, though, in Big Pink. Path got a little bailed out, finding that farm room on the other side of, double chamber here. Manages to get away with his life and the X-ray scope.
So it's looking a little bit more scary. Path's gonna have to backtrack for sure. So I'm so curious then, would that did make Coliseum in logic then? Because I still don't really see where.
It's a tough call. I think they're both. I think it's not quite yet, because the thing that requires, because a Coliseum, of course, you could do it with grapple only. It's a little scary, but it's on the very edge. It's either in hard or very hard. I can't see it being an expert, and there ain't no way it's in medium.
I'm pretty sure then that Oats is confident that he can escape this, mainly because he's committing to the boss kill, committing to the map. But then again, even if he does have to reset this map, or he feels compelled to, it's still good information. He could still route this whole area moving forward.
Yeah, it's wonderful information. Wonderful information for a zone as big as Brinstar. Honestly, because they started in Wrecked Ship, he probably felt that there's probably nothing left for him in Wrecked Ship because it's such a small area. It's one of the smallest too. So he's thinking, I already got like 3, 4, 5 majors here. I got every ammo type. I got 2 tanks, 3 tanks. I think we're just done here. And he wants to go ahead and move on to a bigger and new area. Now, because he saw Aqueduct, there's actually a lot to do here. He doesn't want to go down those sand pits blind, so he's gonna prioritize map. Now, I'm thinking from Oats' point of view, tunnel vision the map, get all the information. That way, if I do have to go to Aqueduct, probably because I need those items in the sand pits that I can't quite acquire, I'm gonna need to go back for the Aqueduct items in the top right anyways. So this seems to be a pretty smart play, in my opinion. A pretty galaxy brain move from Oatsngoats.
All right, let's see what the map's got to reveal then momentarily. Path is gonna try to
hold on to the seat of your pants. Yeah, hold on to the seat of your pants. Look, we're gonna see this massive Brinstar map. Does it pay off for Oatsngoats? Hold. Survey says massive information.
That's a lot.
4, potentially 5 majors, 3 of which he can get, and Mother Brain, all in Brinstar. No other bosses though, so he's gonna have to. Well, actually, no bosses are needed at all. This is no objectives. I keep thinking this is
objectives.
Yeah, this is crazy.
So
depending on these majors, if that's Vari in charge, he might just go to end the game right now.
Yeah, he could go for game right now. This is a hold.
This is crazy, and it is a room that he can. It is non-water room, so he's just gonna get that standard shine charge to get the 2 majors on the top right. This is, oh my gosh, hold. If he has Varia suit though, he won't need those 2 extra tanks. There's bombs. That's tragic.
Tragic. I'm just kidding. No, it's nothing.
Exactly what we thought. All right.
We just need the
Seems
third
like the map
7.
Rando gods are not gonna let this one end so quickly.
My boy is validating his run with these like very useful pickups.
I mean, let's be real here. I don't think the map Rando is gonna allow this to be a 15-minute seed. All right, we've seen 25 minutes, we've seen 30 minutes. I don't think we've ever seen one less than 20.
Yeah. So here's one thing that's also very notable is if none of these items really pay out, what position does that put Oats in?
That's a toughie. Because Path he's kind of struggling a little bit too. He doesn't have either map. He doesn't quite know where to go. He does have all the same items minus the 2 majors that Oats just got. He's critically lacking on a little bit of energy and the Brinstar information. Knowing where Mother Brain is in a no objectives race is massive. It is pivotal. I cannot stress enough how important knowing where Mother Brain is, because at this point you are just looking for the things to kill Mother Brain. As you can see, like it was in big pink, so you don't have to worry about heat getting to Mother Brain. Now you just need 6 tanks, right? You don't have to worry about maybe Ice Beam because she has speed and I believe a runway to go get the Zeb Skip. There's just so many things that it's so much information, and it is key, absolutely pivotal in a no objectives race.
Okay, Path is still gonna try to play within logic. Let's see what Oats finds here for this other major.
Screw attack. Get screwed attack, Oats. Get screw attack.
That's kind of wild because in any other...
You see it on his face. You saw it on his face, man. He didn't want to see it.
Any other randomizer mode, those would be okay finds as far as like, quality of life. But him knowing that he's so close to the end, potentially, and that Charge and Varia could have been game changers, it's definitely devastating to see those 3 items. Now, here's what I'm thinking, because I'm still assuming that going across Coliseum requires high jump, right? So him not being able to access that major item in the sandpit could be huge if Path does end up finding high jump and can prioritize that as well. Because if that ends up being something really important that Oats can't get right now, as we see him like backtracking from Coliseum, who knows how that could play out.
Yeah, exactly. Or on the flip side, if Path does find a high jump, he might be compelled to go across Coliseum to get that map. But we know now that there's nothing over there. It's not useful.
Mhm.
So depending on what the items come out, taking a crab hit, crab please, that's a massive hit. 120, that's nothing to laugh at when you got heat rooms coming around. So if he does end up finding high jump, he might be compelled to go back to the left of Brinstar across Coliseum, and that would be kind of tragic because we know there's nothing over there, right? However,
Mhm.
if he manages to maybe blind charge Varia, charge plasma, a bunch of ammo, a bunch of tanks, and then goes over there, he can just steal this one away from 4th seed Oats.
Yeah. And right now he has to know, like, pretty much the one thing that I want to be thinking, unless he runs into like gravity, talking about Path, right now high jump would definitely be the item to point Path to go to Coliseum, but hopefully he's able to find some other things.
So Path he skipped that save, and now he can't just kind of check what items in Precious Room either because he didn't save. Knowing that he can roll back the saves, he's got 3 save slots. Now in Map Rando, the developers, shout outs to the Map Rando developers and their infinite wisdom, gave us the option of having up to 3 saves, because every time you save at a new save station, it actually rolls through the 3 save slots in the beginning of the game that you see. Which is massive because it improves routing, it improves information gathering. It's fantastic. So him not saving there actually kind of cost him a little bit of information, but you know, it's hard to make those decisions under a lot of pressure like this. Oats and Path now in the same room. They're kind of struggling to get this map. Oats is trying to figure out where he needs to go. And because of that, because of that, Brinstar map showed basically nothing. He's looking for the way forward. Oh, so now Oats can do this, but decides not to because they've already both got the item up top. This could be the actual return path, though. So this actually could be where he needs to be, where he needs to go.
I think so.
And we're out of there. We're out of Wreck Ship onto Norfair, the largest map in the game.
The one tragic thing right now that happened to Path is that because of all the supers that he used on the yapping moss in the butterfly room, or at least the top of the butterfly room, it kind of got him to backtrack a little bit and farm for some supers. And here's
another super door for Path. It feels so bad. It feels so bad.
It's
That's
fine.
Tragic. And Oats peeking that map gets it instantly. He has all the information he needs now to figure out where he needs to go. He's major hunting, Barria, high jump, charge beam, maybe some more supers along the way. Because in no objectives,
Go ahead.
So in the no objectives, remember the gatekeep is not Ridley, but it's very similar. Mother Brain 2. You're still gonna have to do all of that stuff. Mother Brain 2, survive the rainbow beam. That is the end game. That is the check mark. The go mode check is Mother Brain 2. So ammo, charge beam, anything you can get to get past Mother Brain 2, and you're good to go.
Yeah, it can make for a long seed or pretty short seed again, depending on item locations and all of that. Jazz. So right now, looking at Oats, because of Screw Attack, I want to say that he's gonna have an easier time traversing through like lower Norfair rooms, mainly because that Screw Attack carries hard. The only thing that would kind of be a little there's high jump.
There's high jump Boots. No way he goes back yet, though. Too many majors around.
No.
You can't bank it all on one major. Plus, he still needs at least 2 to go for go mode. Oh no, he's got 6 suits, or he's got 6 tanks. I don't know. Taking the south road in the Meridia. This is crazy.
He might. He's looking at it. He's trying to see what else he could possibly do that he could potentially route along the way. Bro, Albert should take notes. Like, this is how long you should be looking at maps.
On the flip side, we had somebody, I forgot who we were. It was Derp. It was TG Derp. I did some comms for it the other day, and Coulter and I, my co-commentator Coulter, we couldn't figure out what the map was because Derp literally flashes that map in front of our eyes for half a second, and then he moves on. I don't know if he's downloading that map to freaking his RAM memory, but he is so fast at looking at that map. We can't even, as commentators staring at it, we couldn't even see a thing. It's insane how fast he checks that map.
Yeah, they should control for that. Just for Derp, though. Minimum, he has to look at the map for like 10 minutes.
Gotta get some Albert pause in the chat. Thanks, y'all. Spazer beam for Path. Finds his Spazer. Not what he wants to see, but convenient nonetheless for having 0 beams.
Okay.
This is... where'd you now? Path still doesn't have that high jump quite yet. He's gonna go for it now, I believe. Oatsngoats about to find that Spazer. I love the Spazer. Seffi beam.
Well, I wouldn't go that far. Meridia? Do you think they dip into Meridia, or
it's the hard call because to get past Amphitheater, clean in hard logic, the heat leniency is actually through the roof, so it's expecting a ton of health. Now Oats has that ton of health, but he also has the choice of Torian on the very bottom left. There's a lot of connectors here, and Criteria at the bottom right. He has the high jump boots now. The fish tank is actually not quite in logic. The spring ball jump is okay. However, it really depends what room is on the bottom left of fish tank. If that, again, is a non-water room with high jump and speed, any non-water room, I believe, is in hard logic for that gravity jump now. However, Oat is opting to go back up top. He's going to go through Amphitheater, maybe. Nope. Taking his way up to Everest again. What's he thinking?
I'm curious, actually. This I did not foresee.
Almost pulled a Nevdi. Almost pulled a Nevdi on that gate.
I wonder if Nevdi
catch so many strays, y'all.
I think everyone's gonna catch strays. I think Path might start prioritizing E-tanks too along the way.
Oh, absolutely, he should. But that major right there and another E-tank is just too valuable. Too valuable. Okay. Oats down to 131 health. Gotta be a little careful when he goes and does from now on.
Yeah.
A single good hit and he's toast. Got the farm though.
Just in time. Great job. It's still costing him a bit. I think he's dipping in Torian.
Finds that croc dead end.
I forgot that Meridia entrance was the croc dead end.
Yeah, it's a one way for now. You have to go through Amphitheater if you want any piece of Meridia.
Yeah.
Oats. A little spicy.
Oh my gosh.
Finds Metroid 4. This is where any percent ammo runs go to die.
He got grabbed for a bit.
He's fine.
Yeah, he got eaten for half health, but it's good.
The question is this going to be heat here? Yeah, it is.
Oh, no.
He kept that safe, though. He's okay. Now, the issue with that is that could be in logic. With as much health as Oats has, will he go back down and farm, knowing that Meridia is also an option?
Yeah.
It's a tough choice. Very tough. Now, I have to ask Seffi, for the fans out there, for the true fans, why is Seffi not in this tournament? I'm sure some fans out there are wondering, why are you not in this tournament?
Because if anyone knows my really garbage stream schedule, I'd be doing all my races at 2 a.m., 3 a.m. Pacific. So if anyone here is on the East Coast and I don't think they're gonna be watching 6 a.m. streams. Okay, so let's.
I watch your streams. I lurk on you all the time, but that's just me personally.
It's some of us are degens. Good crystal flash right there for Oats.
Yeah, he needed it for sure, but he's not going to be struggling because of the supers. He's got a farm up top. Not a lot of people know that this is a farm room. That bug just keeps coming from the top there, and it's actually considered a farm room. A little bit of old vanilla map knowledge for that one though.
Oh, is it still considered? I hope it's still considered a farm room. Like map Rando logic wise.
Yeah, no reason not to be.
Right.
We got a chatter saying Seffi wanted it to be a fair competition, so he didn't join the map Rando tournament. Thank you for your service and your sacrifice, Seffi. We do want a fair and just competition with you. You're too favorite, bro. You can't, man.
Listen, I just wanna admire what the real map Rando legends can do.
Yeah, we got one of them on the screen right here. Oats. Path is no slouch either. You can definitely see him moving along. Don't count him out, y'all. He's moving on the criteria. We are in new zone. He's pioneering the frontier of this map Rando seed. Gonna find the map somewhat close, but it's gonna get greeted with the single chamber first. Finds wave beam. That's a pretty massive damage boost if he can ever find charge.
For sure. Different. Yeah, everyone's prioritizing different things. Oats with the Torian location.
And ice.
Ooh,
okay. His beam is looking pretty good now. If he could just find the charge, he can now forgo looking for any supers because he's still struggling with only 5 at the moment.
I'm still just a little. What's living in my mind right now? Rent free, Spiffy.
Rent-free, baby.
And hopefully, I hope it's just like some other random item. Like as much as I love Space Jump, what if charge is in that sand pit?
It's tragic. It's gonna be oh my gosh, that would be kind of tragic, wouldn't it? Oh man. If charge is in that sand pit and Oats knows it's there, it's been sitting in the back of his mind. I know it is. Oats finds map. Get that map.
Yeah,
what is that area? Torian?
It's Torian. He's not happy with what he found though. Because it's all heat and he has to go through.
Hold up. That's a large Torian.
Yeah.
That's a large Torian, am I not wrong? Torian is not normally that big.
No, this Torian is a little problematic. He has to do a lot of heat runs. Oh, but at least he could get this E-tank potentially.
Looking for a Bale E-tank. Gets an E-tank, not a reserve. Hallelujah. Path finds the bottom of bowling. Decides not to go for the items. It's our old pal Shack Tool, baby. Killer of patience and ruiner of rando races. It's terrible. There's charge me for Oats.
There it is.
He's ready to go. He's done. He's out of here.
Yeah, there's no reason.
With his 7 tanks, he's extremely comfortable taking on Mother Brain now.
So this is gonna be and this is annoying because
nice little last pixel spring ball jump there from Oats. Little swag after finding that charge beam. Yeah, so Path now in a crap ton of trouble unless he finds, I don't even know what he can find. Varia, Gravity, and 8 packs of supers.
Yeah.
And has the clairvoyance to go get the Brinstar map. He's in a world of hurt.
These runners might have to like swap places right now. Another thing that might good Uwu jumps here for Path.
Clean jumps.
Still needs to get a visual on the ship location unless he decides to blind check the ship.
Oh, he's blinding it. I'm sure he's blinding it. He's going straight to Mother Brain.
Oh, this is an annoying room. That's gonna be horrible, especially for Path to go through that. I hope that Path is a save because Path does not have screw attack.
No screw attack, but he has the high jump, he has the power bombs, he has the speed. Employing the 80% strat here is actually not too difficult. Based on how Path is moving, though, it does seem he's fairly experienced with at least some kind of speed run.
Yeah.
No slouch. I'm pretty sure he has a way to get out. And if he doesn't, he could just always reset back to the ship, not too far away.
Oh, that mage is ugly.
That's trash. I can't believe it. He's even considering it. But at this point, he has to. He has to.
Yeah,
no, he doesn't have
no
to.
choice.
We know he doesn't have to. In his mind, he probably thinks he has to. Oop, Path almost employing that hard strat. This is the actual method to get up the crab hole in hard logic. You freeze that with high jump, I should say. You freeze that crab. You can do a flatly jump. Actually, I lied. I take that back. Flatly jump is very hard. The logical way for hard is to do a spring ball jump onto that frozen crab and then to jump up the rest of the way. Ooh, just barely too long on that flatly jump. The flatly jump isn't very hard because it's a little more precise than just flatly jumping. Because if you flatly too long, aka you flatly too well, you don't get high enough, like you saw that last one. But if you try to jump too early on your flatly, you'll bonk the right ceiling, and you won't make it up either. And if you're too slow, you'll get that crab please. Crab please in the chat, y'all. He's hurting. He's in a lot of trouble.
But I thought you liked crab pleases, because isn't that your your alert?
Absolutely is. A little shout out to back in the old arcade days when we get crab pleased a lot. And that crab on the ceiling in that little tunnel is the ender of my arcade runs. It's tragic. Oh, smidge low for Path on that B-Tom freeze. Oatsngoats downloading. Does he go for it? Does he not? He knows he doesn't need it. He's got speed. You don't need it.
Yeah, he's leaning in. He's leaning in to his hunches.
Yep. Gamer lean, baby.
He's
Gamer
go
lean.
For it. Yeah, he's gonna go for this major actually.
And he goes for it. I need to hit that. Somebody hit that redeem. And he goes for it.
Oh no, never mind. I was about to say.
Oh no, he's going for ammo.
Yeah.
Get that major.
Yeah.
You know, that's a fair call. That's fair. Considering how many power bombs he has compared to super missiles, that's fair. That's very fair.
Double supers right here, watch.
Nah, definitely regular missiles here. Calling it. Oh my gosh, gets the double supers. Crazy.
Wild.
Man.
That actually goes kind of hard. Okay. Great
Good
job.
luck on this guy. So Path finds that comfort suit, that gravity, but it's gonna be too little, too late. Too little, too late. All right, Oats making his way. Uh-oh.
Thank goodness he got all of those double super packs. Because
I expected him to get it in one shot. You know what I mean? One super missile is all you need for that gate. Is there a runway for Zep-Tip? Yes. So the mother brain room we saw is connected to the middle, the second from the left door, from the top on left side Big Pig. So yes, massive runway.
Yeah, right here.
Massive runway. And this is information he gleaned in the beginning of the game, because he actually got the Brinstar map first, before any other map.
Okay, now, because Oats does not... I mean, he's a professional. He's not going to take any damage here. Okay. Well, still, everything does a lot more damage. Yeah. Everything does a lot more damage.
Oh, Chad, okay. Hold on. When's the last time he saved? Remember, he only has Spazer, and that's tragic. Oh, Path, not doing the 80%. He's going to spend those supers to take these guys out.
Oh, it's gonna cost a lot. Okay, well that's good. We've seen how Path and Supers get along, so hopefully this isn't an issue.
Okay, Oats. I
This
think it's
beam combo is bad. I do not like. This is one of the reasons why I really dislike Spacer, because to me, I know it's stronger than the regular beam, but it's so
still
weak.
It's still so weak. It's incredibly weak. You would think you got 3 shots coming out of Spacer, triple the damage. No, it's just like a measly 10 more damage.
Yeah,
just 10.
I honestly
measly 30% increase.
I just want
getting 300% of the beam. Like, come on, man.
I want to run the
Spacer.
propaganda that Spacer is actually weakens your charge beam. That I'm just gonna go with that.
Oh, TJ Derp, thank you for the correction. Double damage. Sorry about that.
Yeah,
It should still be triple,
so-
though. You getting 3 times the beam. I forget power beam is 20 damage, not 30. 20 damage, and then Spacer is 40 damage base, I believe.
Oh,
Oats is, yeah, he's more comfortable with the, hold on, meatball. Yeah, he's more comfortable with catch-up phase. I tend to save my supers to plow through catch-up phase, but honestly, that's the fair call because the catch-ups are pretty predictable, and there it is.
Yeah.
Oats is clear of Mother Brain 2.
good job,
Clean
Oats.
fight.
Especially, I mean, it wasn't really going to be an issue for Oats, mainly because his category right now that he has world record in is that low percent ice. So
True.
this wasn't really going to be a problematic fight. It's just like we mentioned, it's
Right.
takes
With
too many
that 3-minute
shots.
timer, though, keep in mind, Oats has no idea where the ship is. However, we saw on Path's side, on the left side of your screen, we saw him get to the ship fairly easily. It's not going to be that bad of an escape for Oats. But that 3-minute timer, that 2:55, is actually kind of daunting for Oats. So I wonder what's going through his mind right now.
He's gonna go like all the alternate routes. He's like, oh no.
That's Path is praying to whatever Lord he prays to, or lady, that happens. That I don't know. That his house loses power and his PSU breaks somehow. That he finds every route that isn't to the ship. That he decides to go in the Meridian for some reason too. That he just didn't see the connector at the bottom of Northfair. Something, anything, so he can maybe get back into this.
Yeah. Right now,
He's thinking about
being able to-
rage.
So
Let's see,
we
we got a lot
I'm
of
still-
Oats chatting.
certain that Oats is gonna make it to the ship, which would be huge because that would be a very respectable. Oh, Varia right there for Path. That would
Double
make for a very
suit.
respectable sub 40.
Oh yeah. Oats probably gonna get the sub 40 here. Path is gonna be in shambles in a little bit, and when he finds that Oats has just smoked him. But honestly, this one could have went either way. Oats found that in Brinstar so quick that it became pivotal.
It's going the wrong way.
With the hard leniency, what it is, there's actually a lot of room for error on the escape, especially with somebody that has the movement like Oats. It's kind of incredible. We've seen people go the complete opposite way from ship to grab the criteria map and still make it to ship. So there's a lot of leeway here. He sees that connection down below,
Yeah.
calculating his route.
He's over there peeking. He's peeking at that race time. It's like, oh no. He's over there just trying to get a glimpse, trying to make sure that he's in first.
he's being aware of the snipes. Yep, there's a snipe. There's another snipe.
He's just too used to the snipes that it's kind of just a reflex for him now.
And Path reaches the ship first.
GG, Path.
Defeated Mother Brain yet.
This is where Path should hit done. And he'd be like, yeah, why? Who makes those plays? I've heard the Oats rants before.
He blinds the wave beam. He now gonna find the ice beam. And look, save the animals. You have
Nice.
to. Little thumbs
Heck
up from
yeah.
Oats and Goats. Heck yeah.
Good job.
Let it be known that Oats is the man for the animals. And there it is.
There it is.
A respectable 38-56. Get your GGs in the chat for Oats and Goats. Taking the first game of a best of 3 between himself, the 4th seed of this tournament, and Path, the 13th seed. GG's.
Yeah, Oats being able to get an early visual on Mother Brain helped a lot. Even if it took a Fantoon fight, it did pay off. And then, of course, same with the his play to go into Torian, which was what held charge. It was 50-50, honestly. Or maybe even like, I don't know, 33, 33, 33, because you could go into Meridia, you can go into Torian, or you can go into Criteria.
Yeah, it's one of those things that you might think that Fantoon is a waste of time. It's not a waste of time. You can just see how much information he gleaned from doing Fantoon there. Mother Brain information, which he would have blinded anyway. Knowing that those majors were in Aqueduct, 2 majors in Aqueduct, a major below Aqueduct that we did not see, a major above in the top left connection of Aqueduct. All of that he just gained. Instead of trying to wade through that water so slowly because he didn't have gravity, he ended up just saving that time because he's so proficient at killing Fantoon, and then knowing the map is right there as well. You don't have to blind the entire region. You just take out Fantoon, just give Fantoon that due diligence of 18 missiles in a 19 missiles in a super. Be on your way and get that map, get that information, and you'll actually save massive amounts of time, especially on a large region like this one was.
Yeah, I agree. For sure.
All right, y'all. We're going to take a little break. We'll be back in momentarily. Don't go anywhere. We're going to be moving on to game 2 of this best of 3 between Oats and Goats and Path. Welcome back, Super Metroid fans, to the second of a best of three between Oatsngoats and Path. We're going to be moving on to a gravity 9+1. Hold on to the belt buckles, the seat of your pants, or whatever you got to hold on to is going to be a doozy.
Yeah, this is another pretty exciting mode, one that I really like, mainly because you get to see some to me, I don't know, but based on what I've played, for sure you're guaranteed to see like some suitless Meridia rooms that you get to use. Oh, what am I talking about? Not suitless Meridia. I'm thinking Barya. No, this one you can just like bomb rush everything.
Yeah, this one's kind of on movement. This one depends on movement quite a bit, actually, because choosing anything with gravity in the beginning against someone of Oatsngoats' movement stature is insane to me. But maybe he feels like this little extra RNG kind of puts him at an advantage. I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see.
This one for
I've already taken
sure
reset.
does feel like for movement you got to be quick with it. Just because potential for the heated rooms that we see here, you're guaranteed to see those heated rooms that can make some runners kind of like nervous because it's kind of like a countdown to your death. Sorry to be
Absolutely.
so grim, but that's just how I think. No, I'm just kidding. It really puts the pressure on. Heat rises up
Absolutely.
in these randos.
The thing about this too is that the faster your movement is, the more health you'll have by the end of it, right? So like it just goes to say like how much confidence does Path have in his movement. Now, that is to say that isn't necessarily his choice. So Oatsngoats being the higher seed, let's go through the pick bans of this. It gets the choice of banning first or picking the mode first. Now he actually decided to ban first, so and he decided to ban double suit, which means Path chooses second and decided to ban Metroids with no Mother Brain 2. So the first game with no objective was actually Path's choice, and this game mode is actually Oatsngoats' choice, which makes sense because he's the guy with the movement. You know what I mean? He's the guy. So yes, this makes a lot more sense now, considering that this is Oatsngoats' pick with gravity 9+1 because double suit is banned. However, let it be known that because you have potentially both suits, you have gravity and pseudo Varia, the number of choices in the beginning explode. Now, if you don't know what I mean, let me paint a picture for your head, okay? Imagine you spawn, morph ball for Path, huge, massive. That's actually insanely good. He's nowhere near where Oats is. Path already at a significant advantage. This is crazy. Okay, this could go either way. Let me just explain what I mean. Imagine you spawn in Business Center. You have, 6 doors there, right? In the beginning, if in a regular map rando seat, well, let me talk. You have 2 reheated rooms, 2 water rooms, and like 2 other, a save room and a path that you're actually supposed to go. In normal double suits, all of that becomes available. So instead of 1 or 2 logical paths, you now have maybe 6 logical paths, and you have no idea where to go. Just like you see here, Path and Oats went completely different ways, and Path found the morph ball first. This could give him an early edge and a massive advantage later on. This could be pivotal for maybe having Path take this second race between these 2 giants of map rando runners.
Yeah, from here, Path is really gonna have to capitalize on this. Tiny, I mean, it's this little lead right here could be big.
Absolutely. Path realizes that he left that X behind. He can get that now. He has all the health in the world, right? Super missiles, key. Yeah. Very, very, very important. This is crazy. Where's Oats? Where are you going? Does he take the reset here in Leadox room? The acid's coming for you, buddy. It's gonna... He's shambling. You can see it in his face.
Oh, no.
Here comes the acid. It's gonna touch your butt. There it is. Hello, acid.
The acid dive. Oh my gosh! And this is gonna eat up at his health. So
Yeah, he just
th-
lost about
be
500 energy in that room.
there's potential that he might have to farm something.
Anything at this point.
And Path just without a care in the world, just cruising, chilling, doesn't care if Oats lives or dies here. He wants to win. He wants to equalize this.
He's cruising in the USA, baby. He's ready to go. Well, I guess there's no United States of America on planet Jebus, I suppose. But if there was, he's cruising in it. So
Yep.
Oatsngoats kind of rethinking his decision, resets back to the beginning of the game. With that, how that run was going, I think that's a good choice, honestly.
Oh.
Path finding all kinds of tragedy at this place. He's in a little bit of trouble here.
Yeah, this might be a little bit. Oh, okay. He's okay.
All right, so you can get health from those atomics. It's tragic. It's a tragic farm, but you can basically guarantee get health. Oh, never mind. I take that back. The map Rando gods are looking out for our runner Path over here.
So
what
just
a convenient health station.
You talking about the atomics? Would that be considered a farm? Or
because they're stationary and you can kill them with nothing. And there's so many of them. I think that qualifies as a farm. It is terrible though. But Oats finally on the right direction here. Gonna be finding his way to Morph and eventually the super missiles. What you doing there, Oats? You know you can't get that.
I think he just wanted to check it to make sure, but still, I think it's something you pick up regardless.
Absolutely. Yeah, not having either X ammos. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, Path doing the slightly slower version of the snail skip. Lines it up. A little off. No, just fine.
It worked out. Good job. Just fine. Here.
So now Path, with the bombs to go with his morph ball, has a lot of convenience. Remember, Oats reset to the beginning of the game. No longer has that morph bomb.
Yeah, no. So he's gonna have to pretty much do everything that Path just did, just to get back to where he was.
So now that they're retracing each other's steps, Oats went to Fantoon in this area first. Path went to Morph Ball first, which is where Oats is. Path in a pretty significant lead at the moment. Finds the Fantoon, can do it. Finds the Morph Bombs, has the Morph. Little struggles though. This one's still up in the air.
CWJ? I'd have missed that.
What do you think so far?
So far, I think, Oats is definitely big favored in movement. Now, Path is an incredible runner. Also, really awesome at decision making. So it's not over yet. It's still way too early. I just think that Path should just keep up this pace and really make the most of capitalizing on this. Because if you can recognize that he went the right way and that there's potential that Oats went this way instead with nothing but these morph bombs, then I hope that he can feel pretty good about his play and what he's doing.
Yeah, exactly. I completely agree with you there. If Path can just keep a steady groove, this 5 minutes of advantage in the beginning. I'd have to disagree the chat. Somebody said 7 minutes, but it still has that information. That map info doesn't go away. So not quite a full 7 minute advantage. But yes, if he can keep this momentum and keep going with this advantage that he has in the beginning, that Path could take this one away.
It's a little curious why Path didn't go to the map first, but I mean, he's going now. I was just
because if he goes for the map beforehand, he should be soft locked. You need power bombs to escape. Right. Yeah, only bombs to get in, but you need power bombs to escape. Unless you want to do some X-ray climbing. Oh, that is pretty massive. Both
Yeah.
sand pit holes on the left side absolutely should go for it, because if that's power bombs,
Power
that's
bombs.
2, potentially 3 majors. If that left sand pit, the bottom west sand pit, is 2 majors or not. Pat forgetting that he was soft locked, but he knew he saved for a reason.
Yeah. Can really eat away at you. Okay, so that's good. He's gonna pick up the major, potentially 2 majors if there's 2 in the sand pit, and then whatever's that mama turtle. But this has to be power bombs. I'm like pretty confident. The cheater in me feels pretty confident that this is power bombs.
Exposing yourself on. There it is, the power bombs. Massive. Absolutely gonna be in logic here.
Perfect.
Massive. Some more missiles too. Why not? Thank you, Path, for shooting that block out, that 2x2 tile block. Lots of runners don't know that that is a shot block. Please shoot that block out, everybody. That is just a shot block.
Thank you for the PSA, Spiffy.
Yes, I see people jump and morph over it, failed to jump morph over it, and all of the above. Just shoot it. Thank you. This message brought to you by Speed Gaming.
And crab, please.
And crab, please.
All right.
Ooh,
So
Pat,
what do you
where
chase
going, buddy?
here? Yeah, I'm a little. There is an
Oats and
item
goats.
to the right?
There is, and it's right behind that power bomb door. He has the gravity suit. It's the Mama Turtle room. Does he see it? He sees it. He's gonna turn around. No, he doesn't.
No.
Never mind. I lied. Oats and Goats finding a Fantoon again, fighting for the first time. Just retreating the first time he saw him. Oh, man. Best case scenario, that major is Spazer. Or Spring Ball, because he has more bombs and gravity. Or Spring Ball. Worst case scenario, that is Charge Beam. Or Varia.
Very, very worst case scenario.
Could be
That's
2
fine.
majors here. Survey says Speed Booster.
You know, this works out if Pap does decide to route in. Maybe he just wanted this first. I mean, it'd be interesting routing, but if he does pick this up and then backtracks to Mama Turtle now, that speed does help with speed, pretty much.
Oh yeah, definitely it makes it faster collective for sure. Now, that makes a lot of sense now that you put it that way. A lot of people might not be comfortable with what you're supposed to do, an expert, to get the top left item of Mama Turtle. If he's not familiar with it, perhaps then, yeah, it looks like he's going to go straight for that major, which is a good choice. I kind of forget that doing the bomb boost isn't a logic. Uh-oh, where's he going? Old?
I think he's really just going for the play. He just does not...
He doesn't want it?
Yeah, I think he might be skipping out on Mother's Day this year, next month, because he wants nothing to do with Mama Turtle.
Well, okay, the chat might be calling it correctly here. Going for that save in case that is an item that he doesn't need is actually a smart move, because the connector to go back to Norfair is the top. So if he takes that save, he's gonna go check the left major perhaps, but we know that there's still an item on Mama Turtle, and it's gonna bother me for years if he doesn't get this and it being a major item that he needs. Oats and Goats kind of shambling again, figuring out what he wants to do. Gets that map. He sees everywhere he's been and everywhere that he's already knows where he needs to go, but now can actually do it. So it's tickling his mind. Where's Path? How far did he get? Is he ahead of me? The answer is yes, he is ahead of you, Oats. But can he get back from this?
Yeah, spoiler alert, Oats. You're behind. I'm just kidding. Yeah, the biggest hope here for Oats is really gonna be just hoping that Path shambles it like in the late game. Or that if any of these items that he skips, if he does plan on skipping like Mama Turtle, because I think Oats goes for it.
I think he goes for it, absolutely. But Oats is also familiar with the diagonal bomb boost method for Mama Turtle. Half might not be. He could be just uncomfortable with it and doesn't want to go for it. Oats is going for it.
I'm curious though.
No speed booster for Oats though.
Do you really need the bomb boost, or could you just do like the biggest Pepe W bomb jumps?
You can bomb jump all the way up, of course. It's spring ball. I honestly forget there's IBJ all the way up here, but that's just it's so tragic and long. There you go, the infinite horizontal bomb jumps for Oats. Oh, messes up a little bit. You know you don't need that, Oats. You know you don't need that.
But his fans want it, right? How many Oats spring ballers are in chat? That's what I want to know. I want to see it. I want to see him pick it up.
Oats kind of struggles here a little bit of shambling. You can see it in his face. He's bobbing ahead to that rhythm. The rhythm. Oh baby.
Oh no. No, oh no. Eddie and Andy and Emmett, they're all gonna eat him alive. Emmett's gonna like have a field day. All this for spring ball Oats, dude.
Albies too, because why not?
No.
There it is. He's got it.
No, not that guy.
First try every time, baby.
Good job, Oats. Yeah, that is a huge tragedy though, because it's a lot of time. And it is tough, you know, to get that faster method. But at the same time, it's also good practice for your diagonal bomb jumps.
Absolutely. Actually, good practice. It's one of those things that people overlook because it's an extreme tech, but it is useful and can save a lot of time. Another example that I know top runners do, like Aussie Eddie, is in the bottom of Red Tower. Now, it's tragic. If you have supers or power bombs and regular bombs, you're supposed to actually clear the bottom of all four of those turtles. I forget what they're called, the rippers, and infinite bomb jump from the bottom to the top. That is in hard logic. However, if you're familiar with the horizontal infinite bomb jump, you can actually just skip all of that and do the infinite HIBJ from the top right ledge, and it's much faster.
Yeah.
Nevdy in the chat, welcome on in. Nevdy being another top runner of this map, Rando C. Cannot believe Path left that behind. Yes, you can. Don't lie to the people.
I mean,
Nevdy,
if your Path,
the Luckster himself.
If your Path, I think you do play risky, but just how risky do you want to play is also something you have to measure.
Another thing that kind of boggles my mind is that he went for the top left item, but left Mama Turtle behind. That's significantly further away.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't know if Oats goes for that. Coats for that item.
Dgent, it's what in logic? If you're talking about IBJs and Mama Turtle or the spring ball item, it is in logic because before you try to attack the babies, the baby turtles, Mama Turtle just sleeps there. She doesn't care what you do, but she gets Mama angry if you attack her babies. But before you wake her up, you can just infinite bomb jump to that top item there. So yes, it is in hard logic. Yeah, no speed required. Because they have morph and morph bombs, it's in logic. No problem. Chat, feel free to answer or ask any questions you like. We're here for your pleasure, for your commentary, desires, and to answer any questions you got. Hit us. I'm sure the great legendary Sephi Rando player can actually explain most of these better than I can.
Probably not. I mean, for me, just that infinite bomb jump is it's just, I know that it's beginner tech that I was like, maybe I'm better off doing this just for now. You know, take my time bomb jumping for like 10 minutes and just cope. But yeah, no, always happy to answer any questions of life, of not life. You know, this is now a Spiffy Sephi advice column.
Spiffy, when will Silk Song release? Silk Song will release whenever Silk Song releases. I hope that answers your question. Next chat. Noritsu 8675 I hope I did that justice for you.
I think you did, actually. Did it? Actually, they should hire you instead.
All right, back to Matt Brando. Oatsngoats finding Ripper Room. He takes that top right major or top left major as well. Path still in a pretty significant lead because he skipped Spring Ball, solidifying and increasing his lead over Oatsngoats. This is turning out to be spicy, man. This is if Path can continue to kind of luck his way through this. And it's not purely luck, obviously. All the luck in the world cannot save you from Oatsngoats' mad skills. But because Path has been finding and skipping the correct items, the beginning with Morph Ball going first, and then skipping Spring Ball that he doesn't need, this is going to be pretty spicy.
Yeah, I wonder if... do you think the reason he named himself Path is because he knows the path forward? Just something to think about. I'm just really thinking things.
Holy
right
majors. We got 4 majors of criteria, baby. Could be Charge, could be Plasma, could be Varia. Ooh, a double revert. Trying to get closer to that cluster of majors on the right-hand side. That's fair. This is a very clean way of utilizing your save stations. It's very, very good tech. And if you have to be conscious of it. If you aren't, you just... It's such a good technique. Oh, reverting all the way back to Aqueduct. That's crazy. What are you doing, my man?
I said path forward. Now I'm thinking path backward. Holy moly, this is wild. Actually, there's something brewing right here for path, and I'm for it.
Is he just gonna nope out and go to Brinstar? I hope this guy knows he doesn't have what it takes to kill Ridley.
He's got to know. He's got to have a hunch about something, maybe.
So, this could be massive brain play. He might be just going to Brinstar to peek for a map and then reverting that to criteria. I don't know, though.
Yeah, that could be big, actually. That's very well possible. That's assuming that he just does not go for any other saves right now. He has to retain, like, the saves that he has.
The question is... why? You got 4 or 5 majors in criteria and no other outlet from what I saw. From what I can tell, there was no other connection in criteria, meaning all of those majors are a dead end. But if those majors are what you need, blind as Crade. But if those majors are what you need, then this could be tragic for Path.
Yeah.
If Varia and Charge are over there, imagine Varia, Charge, Plasma. You know, everything you need to just beat the game without ammo.
I'm curious. Kind of like, okay. He could. I wonder if he would still do it now because he has a boss down. So I don't know if it's worth now to revert that. Maybe.
Depends how confident he is in that Crate quick kill. Finds everything he needs to beat the game except Mother Brain. Every boss except for Fantoon in Brinstar. Finds a major above him too. And another major at Golden Teresa. He's gonna stay. This is crazy. If he finds everything he needs, because starting with 9+1 makes Ridley not trivial, but doable. Again, not trivial. This could be a major play for Path. He needs to find the method of killing Ridley, though. So potentially another 5 super packs. 35 supers for a little bit of comfortability dealing with Ridley. Not to mention, he wouldn't need to farm any more missiles either, because that's enough ammo. 15 and 35 is plenty for Mother Brain 1.
Yep.
And 2.
I think there's one more major item in this area, and even if it's charged, it's just not really going to do anything.
I think he might be going for more for X's, but maybe he just overlooked the criteria. I have questions for Path, baby. I'm confused personally. Chat. 1 for Oats, 2 for Path. Who's taking this race, in your opinion? Path.
Yeah.
Information on every boss except Mother Brain. And significantly ahead. Oats. Blinding through criteria at the moment. Getting items. No map yet. Oh, we got a pretty good split. A lot of 1s, a lot of 2s, a couple of 3s for that meteor striking somebody, I guess.
I think the
Gonna
3's for
delay a
you.
game out there.
I think
Honestly?
3 means just save us from this, Spiffy.
To be fair though, it's depending on the majors. It could go either way. Now, if Oats finds the map and finds Screw Attack, Ice, Plasma, Spazer, no charge, Path is in a good way. But if he finds Varia, Charge, Plasma, Ice, Path is in a world of hurt. Yo, nice spark. Let's go.
Let's go optimal. The cramp spark. Actually, there is a spark you can do there. I'm pretty sure. I think it's like an out of bounds spark.
We had a bounce spark. We about to break some logic with some super bounces.
Yeah, it's something like that. It's like you clip through the gate and then you just X-ray climb and then you do some weird spark. But maybe that's what Oats was thinking.
Maybe.
Super here, maybe for Path. Hold. Okay.
Super missile 1. He still only has half the equation. Super surprised. Path skipping that potential E-tank. A good choice because he's gonna skip it because he's gonna use it as a refill on the way out. That's smart.
Big back, right?
Tragic power bombs. The hamburger. Holding on to that E-tank is massive. It's big brain plays when you know you gotta come back. Except that it was reserved, so
oh, that is actually classic map brand.
Classic map rando. As I keep saying since the beginning of us doing this, map rando doesn't care about your feelings. You get what you get, baby. Oatsngoats finds criteria map, sees every every major in the world. It's so plentiful. Makes me wonder why he decided to skip it. He being Path, that is.
There's one more major right there for Path, but I know that he's looking to go towards wreck ship and then hope and cope that there's got to be something more supers.
I like that a lot. The hope and cope.
Yeah.
Noted.
It's because it's what I do a lot. I do a lot of
the tried and true Sephi method.
Yeah.
All right, so Oats moving along. He's moving along. He's no slouch. He's got the movement, but it does seem like compared to Path, he does seem like he's on a casual jaunt around criteria at the moment, still not knowing where he needs to go. Path has almost every boss down, needs to find a solution for Ridley, doesn't have it yet. Gonna try and see if Rex Ship and that major at GT has any use for him. Oatsngoats with the wave beam. A couple of X's too. I missed the bottom X, but a pack of supers on the top.
The bottom was a power bomb.
Power bomb pack, just in case.
Power bottom bomb. Yeah. Oh, it's church.
Oh, cold. Okay, so this is tragic because with the amount of health he has, I don't think 15 supers, 25 missiles, and power beam charges are going to be enough for Ridley. Not enough. He needs more.
Let's see what this is. These don't hurt. Those are good.
Okay. He's just a measly 5 supers away from taking that Ridley kill.
And
comfortably.
What's this doing is also really good. It's just the fact that, because I'm pretty sure in an alternate dimension, Path would be doing all this that Oats is doing, and he would have been rewarded with all these supers, right?
And not just that, all these majors. Varia suit.
Path really played the risk here, and
he played extremely risky.
And he's hoping for a little bit of he really wants supers and more missiles to just be along the way.
Yeah, exactly. It's a tough call and a difficult call and a spicy call. Very spicy indeed, but it seems to be paying out for him. If he can just find another super pack, farm up, he can kill Ridley and be on his way. Remember, no information about the mother brain yet, though, so we got to be kind of careful about where we go. Now, if
Gosh.
there's the Varia suit, Oats is potentially in go mode as well, with all 30 supers up his sleeve. He's going to be able to take down anything that the game throws at him. He's complete ammo go mode.
Yeah. The only thing I don't in this mode, I mean, of course it's going to depend, but I don't really think that Varia is that big of a find. Just because usually it's enough. Now the only way that it could be is how many heated runs you run into, or could potentially run into, so that you don't have to farm back up as much.
Yeah, I completely agree. It is much less impactful in this when you start with 9 energy tanks and 1 reserve. It is supposed to be the supplement for the Varia suit. However, you also got to be comfortable with taking those heat runs and comfortable with taking on Ridley with that kind of ammo, or with that kind of health. Without the ammo to back it up, Ridley becomes that much more daunting, especially for a newer random runner. Now, I'm not saying these guys are new, not even the slightest, but as you can see in Path's screen, the path to Ridley is riddled with heat. So he's going to be in a world of hurt if he's going for this now. Oh, this is spicy. I'm liking Path's choices a lot right now. It's just that it's crazy that he's doing this in a tournament match against Oats and Goats. Now, that might be why he's doing this, because he's against Oats and Goats, and he just has that presence and that pressure. But it is still crazy. Rewarded with the super missile pack, but can he get out of this clean? Does he know the way? He does know the way.
Okay.
He knows the strategy to get out of here, and that is a consistent escape. Consistent escape every time.
Still though, now for Path comes the oh no, there's a refill at the bottom. He's fine.
All calculated. Oats and Ghost finally out of Criteria. Does find another entrance to wreck ship. Does not know where all of the bosses are. Will he go to Brinstar? Will he lead himself to salvation and redemption in Brinstar, or will he take the tragic path to the wrecked ship of wrecked dreams?
Yeah, we're about to find out for sure.
Yeah, potentially wrecking himself for this race. Gotta check yourself before you wreck yourself. Or in this case, you gotta check Brinstar before you wreck ship yourself.
I like this save here for Path, because he knows that this is about to get really dicey and spicy.
Exactly. He does need a super farm, though. I don't think he quite has one at the moment.
This is a good farm, actually.
This is great farm. He's not going for it. What's your plan here, Pat? Surely you're not about to charge power beam his butt.
Maybe gets the E-tank first and then goes back to farm. Oh,
Tragic reserve.
Copium tank. I'm sorry.
Classic map Rando. Oh, he was probably hoping this was a farm room. He's thinking about his choices now. What's he got left? He's got the health refill. No ammo refill.
Yeah, he has to go back. You go back to
I think you're going to have to bite the bullet to pre-Ridley farm.
He has to go to the pre-Ridley room in this case and farm up those supers, then dip into here, refill his health. It's not as bad and it's all doable. Now, another thing that can get a little scary is coming back, but I think it's short enough. Oh, he reverted?
He's reverting to this farm room. He's reverting to the farm room.
Ooh,
oh no, he's leaving.
Is it?
He's leaving.
I'm
shocked.
I am.
This is crazy. He's leaving the door wide open on Ridley. Oats has a very good chance of catching him. Remember, Oats needs nothing. He is ready and willing to take down every boss and go straight to Mother Brain if he can find her. He's on his way to. He's in Meridia though. This is new territory for this region, is it not? I don't think we've been here yet.
No, we haven't. Path, I think might have tried, but noticed that one of the entrances was GT locked. Is he backtracking that much for a refill, or I am?
Brother man, what's your plan? He's staring at the map a lot. Is he gonna see those criteria majors and finally go that way?
I'm curious if does Path only play map randos? No, he has to know that's a farm room, right? What?
The pre-Ridley farm room?
Yeah, like, that's what it's called.
Yeah, that's the farm room. You can't. Surely he might be just overthinking it. His nerves are getting to him. He's down 0-1 against Oatsngoats. One more loss, and he's out of the top half of the gold bracket, right? And you're going against Oatsngoats, right? You got to pull out a stop. You've already gone this far. You've gone this deep. You've already jumped into the deep end. You got to go all in, bro. But now he's rethinking his choices.
Yeah, I'm confused because, and maybe I might be in the wrong, but isn't the farm like updated to be a little bit better in map randos too, or randomized in general?
Typically, the bug farms for power bomb drops are increased, but the normal drops for everything else are about the same. With the exception of energy, it's at the small energy now gives 10 instead of 5. The large energy still gives 20.
Right. I mean, to me, really, farming health isn't the issue because the refill was right there. It's really just the ammo that he had access to.
Yeah, it's tragic. He's gonna find absolutely nothing in Wreck Ship. He's gonna go. Oh, so Oats also goes to Wreck Ship and then Meridia, but now he's in Brinstar. This is crazy.
So right now, Oats is here where everything is, and can make really get quick work of all these bosses.
Oh yeah, he's gonna quick kill the crate. He's gonna find every boss. He's gonna just demolish all of Brinstar, leaving it a smoking ruin of a map area, and he's just gonna move on. No remorse, no stopping, nothing he needs to do, but just move on. Oatsngoats, watch his face, sees everything. He's gonna be a little worried probably because Path could already be here, considering how much time he spent in Wreck Ship and Meridia, but little does he know that I think now Oats is actually in the lead. He's got a couple bosses down still, or only one boss down. Only Dragon is the difference between the two runners now, but Oatsngoats.
It's got to be somewhat of a sinking feeling for Oats, especially with that, just the tragedy of the early game. But so I don't know what's going through his mind right now, but he just knows that it's still not over, and I mean, he could still take it, and it's looking really good for him just because of look, and Oats is already here too. Because he prioritized Ridley first.
Oh my gosh.
Holy moly. This is... it's spiffy. I am...
This is crazy.
So speechless. And this is better, honestly, just because Oats did have Arya.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That's Ridley down for Oatsngoats. The baby skip too. Half not confident in this baby skip, taking in damage intentionally to speed up the cutscene. The baby. Can I get the baby in chat?
I'm not in chat, but can I at least just say it out loud?
Say whatever you want, baby.
The baby.
The baby. All right. So Oatsngoats clearly in the lead now. In my humble opinion, we have Path back in Brinstar. Gonna take that Crystal Flash. I have to know. I need to know what is going through Path's mind right now. For the amount of risks he's already taken to now renege on that decision to go all the way to Ridley and then turn around. He's no slouch.
This is my only guess, but it really is just he doesn't know that you can farm there, because I don't know how much time you really spend in that room when in map randos you just see that as a very obnoxious heated room, and like you just have to get through that room as quickly as possible, and that's
Absolutely.
it. And that's what I'm scared of, and it's a big like. I mean, it's good because now he's gonna learn this. It's just gonna hurt so painfully hard.
And unfortunately for him, like he's kind of just going on around wildly. Maybe he doesn't remember like the 5 majors he left in Criteria. Man, good lord. How many sections do we have left? We still haven't seen Mother Brain, isn't that correct?
Yeah, we still haven't. We have no idea what Mother Brain is.
Nebty in the chat says Path doesn't play vanilla. He's a pure rando player, so an arcade player. So he said it's perfectly understandable if he doesn't know that's a form. That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah, that's what I was. That's why I asked. Like, does he play vanilla? Because I wanted. Because I can definitely see that argument where he genuinely doesn't know. And that's scary.
Oh yeah.
Still though, I do have to commend him for like all the risky plays that he did, all those risks. He made all the right decisions. It's just this one little tiny shambles that cost him.
Absolutely. And he's back. He's back going to Ridley now after finding 30 super missiles. Maybe he's looking for a little bit more comfort. I don't know. But it's I think a little too late now. Oatsngoats already looking for the finish line. Don't tell me he's gonna farm here right now.
Oh,
look at this guy.
Right
he
now.
knows. He knows.
Oh, gosh. I'm so.
My heart is broken for Path.
How much did Oats pay Path to overlook? I'm just joking. No, I'm confused. I don't know.
I am too, thoroughly.
Okay, so here's another thing. Maybe I'm just like reaching, and I'm reaching hard. I'm reaching like Michael Jordan in Space Jam. But another thing about this is I'm curious if he just didn't feel, he knew it was a farm, but just because he had 25 supers, he just felt like it wasn't gonna be enough.
Possibly. Oats here doing a pretty tragic GT fight. Doesn't want to go all the way around, but he's gonna tough it out to try and go direct ship this way. Oh, man, this is so odd because now he's gonna commit to it. Now that he has 30, right? He had all the takes in the world, but perhaps he just doesn't feel like he was that proficient for Ridley. It's a tricky one for sure. We'll have to. It's going to be the elephant in the room in the post race interview. If they take it away, I mean, tragedy could still strike Oats. There's a lot of game left. As world record holder of any percent, Zinnies always says it's not over until Sam is face forward on the ship.
Yeah. Look, this could have been really smooth for Path.
600 energy left, 600 plus energy remaining. He could have done this the first time around.
Yeah, he was very, very much comfortable.
Even if he had to use those 30 missiles instead of the extra 5 supers he found, that is something that he is able to do just based on his movement, based on how he took that Ridley fight. He knows the Ridley fight.
Mm-hmm. I was kind of just distracted by what happened with Oats there in the GT fight. It is a little tragic. because
slap with them with some waves.
Yeah, just because of RNG sometimes might not be in your favor.
Is it the wave attack? Because Oats knows how to get past that thing. He just had to make sure his missiles were low enough.
Yeah, I think it's just because he entered that fight with low supers, so and sometimes the RNG on super drops is kind of weird, so it could go kind of bad.
Fair.
I mean, he's fine.
Honestly, I'm not sure if he saved time.
Yeah,
because that was a pretty slow GT fight, as you said. Yes, so Criteria had 5 major, including the precious Varius suit. Also had X-ray and Wave Beam as well. And I think everybody skipped the rest of them. Yeah, I 100% agree with Nevdi from the chat saying that he likes pass play. I agree that pass play is much superior. He just didn't quite have the confidence to go through with it. And there's Mother Brain and Meridia. So Oats already knows where Mother Brain is. The same room and the same location as it was in the first seed. Am I wrong?
Nope.
Yo, Matt Rando, what are you doing to us here?
From the Oats collection.
Oh, no, not quite the same. One spot lower. I lied.
Still, right next door, it's not. Doesn't feel too different.
It's kind of tragic. Remember that he doesn't have ice.
Yeah, no ice was found here.
I don't think so, Oats. I don't think even you can hit this one. I don't think you're gonna get this short charge, brother, man.
For Path, this is good though. For Path, this is really good. Yeah, keep doing it, Oats.
Yeah, this is tough because you got to go through there. You got to get to the end. Oh, it's clean. It's clean. Hold. He gets it. Amazing.
Nice. Awesome.
Never put Oatsngoats on the doubt pedestal. Never doubt Oats unless he's not racing. You know what I mean?
He might have practiced it, honestly, but still, to go for that is incredible. Great job, Oats. That was amazing.
Very clean. I don't think he was doing that without spring ball.
Yeah, that's
I'm not sure he was doing that without spring ball. Nah, it'd be fine.
Oats new tech unlocked. This is what he's been brewing up offline. He's been thinking about how to X Factor.
Successfully too, might I add. He's getting 3 particles almost every time.
This is the new tech, new world record. This is the Baron of Red Power Bombs tech.
He's slipping. 2 particles every time.
Hold. Oh, the manipulation.
Onion ring check. Mother Brain can't look down. Yeah, so Path now about to find Mother Brain, the Meridian map. But again, it's not over till it's over, folks. They're technically very close to each other. Once Path finds his map and farms up, he's going to be right there at Mother Brain as well.
And that's it.
Oatsngoats is on the escape.
Honestly, for what happened, this is still a really good time.
It's an amazing time.
Yeah. That just speaks to Oats' skill and also his movement mainly.
And the pressure he puts on his opponent. I've spoken the Path a few times. He says he's extremely nervous to go against Oatsngoats, especially since Oats not only is the number 4 seed of this tournament, but also just so experienced on big stages, races, everything. From GDQ to taking the finale in map random races, going like to the quarterfinals of the first tournament, I believe. Yeah, he has so much race experience that Path was just mortified going against the legend Oatsngoats himself.
Looks like Path is coming here to farm up. To just make quick
looking
work
for a more consistent spawn, trying to find a way to farm up everything
also,
he needs.
Because I'm pretty sure he has to kill the Zebs. There's no way
Yeah.
Pap is gonna do what Oats did.
He could do it. He has the movement, but it'd be tragic. Yes, absolutely. So he's gonna have to ammo up the Zebs too. Out, scanning, looking around. Man, thinking hypothetically here, if Path had taken out Ridley that first time he said was there, I think he'd be on the ship right now. I think he'd actually be on the ship already, taking away a win from Oatsngoats, taking a snipe.
Yeah, that lead was really, really big for Paf. Even if
Absolutely.
all of this right now, what Paf is doing is would it be in a way at his lead, it was still substantial enough to make the difference.
Crazy to think about, but that's not random, folks. You just never know. Alright, so ammo going down for the Zebs. Can't really do too much about it. Not even gonna think about that short charge skip. It's a pretty tight skip too. There are only minimal frames remaining on that Shark Park window.
Yeah.
Pat gonna break the glass. He knows you can't do Mother Brain 2, so he's gonna take out the glass and refill the ammo here. Oatsngoats making his way down to Criteria finally. Gonna pause to see where the ship is. Nodes is on the bottom right-hand side. Pretty soon, gonna be taking the second match away from Pat for a clear 2-0 finish and a win against his match between the 4th seed Oatsngoats and the 13th seed Pat. And what a ride it's been, baby. This second seed was super spicy, super competitive. I loved it. I loved every minute of it. How about you, chat? You guys having a good time out there?
There's only one
Hear
answer,
your
chat, by the way.
GGs, get your
It's only
claps.
yes.
And there it is. Oatsngoats officially the winner of this best of 3 with a finish time of 51-13 and a gravity 9+1 seed. GGs. Get your claps in. Quickly, a small little plug. Make sure to hit the command !R to get a link to the Twitch for these two runners. !C for a link to our crew. We have Sephi, the man, the myth, the legend himself. Yours truly, Spiffy Thomas, and Lopter on the tracking. Let's not forget Lopter. Lopter doing his phenomenal work tracking.
Thanks so much,
Give him
Lopter.
all a like, follow. Go to his channels. Give him 1,000 gift subs. You know the deal. Ooh, the rare Mother Brain backside play. Let's go.
Yeah, we'll be getting these runners in for an interview shortly. Let's try to pick their brains, kind of like what they do to Mother Brain. We'll do to them.
Yeah, I'm about to question the crap out of Path on that one.
Yeah, that one's gonna be a stern talking to.
That's the elephant in the room, baby. All right, as these two runners, they are getting ready to join us up here in the post-race interview. GG's again to both these runners. Excellent showing for both of them. 2-0 for Oats. Moving on to the 4th round of this Map Rando tournament. Taking on, I don't know who they're going to take on, actually. Undecided at the moment. But Oats will be moving on to the 4th round of the upper bracket. Path will be knocked down to the lower bracket with his opponent, I believe, undetermined at the moment. But Oats will be taking on the winner between Zeb and Andy. Another spicy race.
Oh yeah, that one's gonna be good for sure. And here joining us, we have Oats, our winner, and Paf. Welcome in.
Hello.
Howdy.
How's it going?
All right. GG's to Oats for taking that massive win 2-0 against Paf. How do you feel about how you perform in that second seed? What are your thoughts? How are you feeling?
Second seed was a little bit weird. I know with 9+1, you kind of just run, and then hope that the route that you take is the proper route to Morph Ball. Sometimes Morph Ball comes early, but when it doesn't, you just kind of run. I don't know what time Path got Morph, but it took me a little bit. Kind of went out of the way, but yeah, eventually found it.
I got Morph
Yes,
at
yes.
minute 2.
Wow.
I
Yeah, he
I
found
ran
it
straight
early.
to it.
Yeah, I think it took me like 9 minutes.
It took you a long
Yeah.
time for sure.
I was
8 or
gonna
9
say
minute mark.
that's got to be like the worst feeling at that point, right?
It's kind of
And
tough
I don't-
because when I located Morph, I was like, well, there's a possibility that Path also started running around. You just have to pick a spot and run. If it's heat,
Mhm.
it doesn't matter because the game, you have so many E-tanks. You just have to find which heated room to go through, and there were plenty, you know.
Exactly. So Path ended up finding Morph Ball very early, and you went on the magical journey in Wreck Ship, I believe, finding Fantune with nothing to kill it with. Couldn't get to the map either, obviously, because Fantune's blocking it. Finding the super door on the other side of Leodoc's room, where you had to take that dip into the acid to get your butt back out of there. How are you feeling about those choices?
I hated it because I think after that, I eventually just reverted anyways, right? So I think at the 7 or 8 minute mark, I reverted. And then, so none of that mattered. I was just hoping to see if like some of the doors I left behind, whatever doors were left, were potentially Morph. I also knew we were going to find Speed Booster at some point. The logic there is very bizarre, or X-Ray. I was actually kind of confused on what the game wanted because I expected to find Speed a lot sooner than I did. So it was a little bit bizarre because I think bombs are required, but then Speed Booster is required to get bombs. But of course, we just snail clip. But snail clip's not in logic unless we have X-ray. So it was just kind of bizarre.
Yeah,
I
for
see.
hard
Yeah,
logic specifically. Yeah, for hard logic specifically, you'll need for the X-ray method, you'll need Morph and X-ray, of course. But at the same time, you were kind of getting Morph Ball at around the 7 minute mark. Path, on the other hand, already had Morph, found the logic, kind of first tried all of that stuff in the beginning, and
Felt
was
good.
already on his way to Fantune by the time you reset and found Morph. So,
okay.
Path, you actually had a pretty significant lead. How are you
Yeah,
feeling
I
about
kind of
the
thought I
logic?
had a lead. It's pretty unlikely to just pick the right path. Very first attempt. And then everything fell apart when Ridley came around. The no ammo refills
Yeah.
nearby really screwed me up. I just
Okay.
didn't know what to do.
We'll get to that elephant, that massive, giant 5,000-pound
For sure.
elephant in just a second, because it is
Yeah.
a question burning in the back of everyone's mind. Chat was going nuts about it. But before
When-
then, when you were in Criteria and found that map, you
He
left
did a
behind
really interesting
everything.
play.
Yeah, it looked pretty far away. And at that point, I was pretty committed to doing ammo. I don't know.
I believe you were only
because-
at 10 supers at the time and like
Yeah,
15
but in my
missiles.
mind, like, I don't know. I think I had like 4 majors, 5 majors, or something.
around Criteria or just on you?
Yeah, I think around Criteria. I was
I believe
thoroughly
it was about
uninterested
5
in getting
majors.
them. What were they?
Not only were there 5 majors around, there were X's scattered everywhere, just
Everywhere.
sprinkled all over that
Yeah,
map.
that's true.
Yeah,
And
so I
you
mean,
reverted, you noped out of there.
it wasn't. I mean, now in hindsight, it wasn't. Not that it was that questionable, but it was interesting because you reverted like what 2 saves back and went the opposite direction, and it still paid out because you ended up just being able to find the bosses quicker. But it was pretty interesting with that much to explore, and I think even you, Oats, I don't think you picked up all the majors there either, huh?
No, I picked up some on the left, and then I left the ones on the right. I actually looked at Blue Brin to see if that other X. I just like to have a little bit of buffer if I commit to the super missiles. I had 30 and I think like 50 at the time, which was totally fine. Went out of my way for some missile packs because I couldn't remember if the Mother Brain door was above the power bomb blocks or below it, and I didn't want to check. So I figured by the time I checked, I could just grab a couple extra missiles. So yes, I left the ones on the right, grabbed the 2 on the left, grabbed the X's, and then left. Yeah, it was kind of bizarre. So I knew I had a really strong feeling that I was behind at early game. Like that was pretty bad. Like, and there's a good chance like if Path just goes one different way, he's ahead. And once I saw Ridley, that actually kind of that made it a little bit nicer for me because I knew where Varia was, and Charge I hadn't located yet, but Charge was at GT, and so in the back of my mind I was like, well, my only hope here is that if Path went this way to Brinstar, which is a good path to take, then he probably won't be able to kill Ridley. So since I know where Varia is, right? So that was kind of my saving grace, was the fact that Ridley wasn't Bryn.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I even mentioned at some point, like when you picked up Varia, I was like, I don't know if it's that important, but it did end up being like pretty crucial. So that was actually pretty awesome.
Varia's kind of weird in this because you either sit there and farm a ton, find a refill room, or you kind of just take the 45 seconds and grab Varia. So I don't know, like what's better in that situation. I just like the comfy grab Varia. I don't have to worry about refilling again.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and you cannot discount just how long it takes to refill 9 dang tanks to full off of a bug farm. It's incredibly slow. So yes, personally, and in the opinion that Varia is superior choice here. However, I'm going to bring you back a little bit. Tell me about what was going through your mind when you were in Mama Turtle room, just trying to get that spring ball jump, that spring ball that we knew you didn't need, considering you already had morph bombs and gravity suit.
I just wanted it. At that point, I was so dedicated. I said, I've been doing low percent ice. Eddie taught me this bomb jump. I'm just going to do it. And I'm not going to bomb jump from Mama Turtle's shell. Ain't no way. So I committed. And by the time I'm, a minute in, I have to keep going for it until I get it.
What was
It's
it?
fair.
It
Once he starts, he can't stop.
Oh,
You
gotcha.
can't stop, baby.
Yeah.
All right. So it's time for the elephant in the room, Path.
Yep.
By the time you went towards Ridley the first time, Oats hasn't even been to Brinstar yet. You were clearly, I want to say, upwards to 6 minutes ahead of Oats.
I killed Gray
Very
already,
far
killed
ahead,
Dre
yeah.
already.
Yep.
Did everything.
Mm-hmm. And you saw the save, you took the save, you went towards Ridley, you got that health refill, and there was a farm. The pre-Ridley farm room was below you. Of course, it's heated, but all you had to do is refill your supers and hit that energy resave one more time. You're good to go. What was your decision? What was the deciding factor to just leave all that behind and find another super pack?
So I think I was only on 25 supers, and I think I
Yeah.
was missing like 15-ish missiles. And I thought the green bugs don't drop missiles unless you're full health. And obviously I'm taking ticking damage, so they're never going to drop missiles, is what I was thinking. So I went up to that 4-tile room to hope it was some kind of farm, like the mushroom room or something. But I think we might have already seen that. And it wasn't. So I had to just back out in my mind.
Gotcha. Yeah, so just a little bit of a knowledge check there.
Yeah,
It's kind of tragic,
it hurt.
but
It hurt.
yeah, no one needs to tell you how much it hurts.
Yeah, no
Yes,
way.
that was a very honestly, and we're in agreement. Nevy in the chat also agrees that Path had actually resetting criteria was the superior route. Like just noping out of there, going straight to Brinstar, finding all the bosses. Meridia's not that far away at all. And you were, like I said, minutes ahead. It was just kind of tragic that a little bit of a knowledge check kind of prevented that one. So
Unfortunate.
I was actually curious about that, Path, because I don't know if you had that in your toolbox. Like, were you thinking to be able to revert all that? Or was it something that as soon as you saw the map and you didn't feel like criteria was worth it, that it just kind of like dawned upon you and you're like, I think I should just go, let's just take it all the way back and just go the other direction instead? Or like, when did that?
So when I took the first criteria save, I think is when I was thinking that. Because I remembered I had I think it was Torian or something, that was next to a health refill, which was next to a different area that I hadn't been. So I was already kind of decided at that point, if criteria didn't have a boss or didn't have anything really easily accessible, I'm out of there. And it turns out that it didn't. So
yeah, I mean that's pretty fair.
Solid play.
Very solid
that's sort
play.
of like,
It's just
that mental math, I feel is like what you need to like have in mind, or being able to utilize everything. I think that was pretty quick thinking and risky.
Thank you.
Don't get me wrong, because but I think it could have definitely played out in your favor. And yeah, it's just sadly, yeah. I was also gonna ask like how much did Oats pay you, but I think that's under the table. Sean.
Yeah.
All right.
I think, sorry, one more thing. I think whenever you get a
go ahead.
map station, I think you have to really have a plan in mind, especially when it's like the mid-ish game, where if you see a boss, if you don't see a boss, if you see something that's a little attractive but maybe not, I like to always know what I'm looking for. If I don't find it, I already know what I'm doing, kind of a thing.
Yeah, I agree with you, especially about making a decision quickly, especially in a tournament match against someone like Oatsngoats. But like, it's just kind of weird because depending on those majors, because you have gravity, you don't have any beams, no charge, only 10 supers, and there are majors and exits sprinkled all around. Yes, there's going to be majors elsewhere. Yes, there's going to be missiles elsewhere, but you're kind of rolling the dice on that one. And I think it's a fantastic play from you. The dice definitely rolled in your favor on that one with just enough ammo to kind of take out Ridley. But yeah, I mean, that's so spicy. Were you expecting that kind of outcome when you made that reset? Or were you just kind of hoping and praying?
A little bit of hope, I suppose. I think I didn't see quite as many X's that I was leaving behind. I saw the majors, and I saw no bosses, and that was kind of the only thing that registered. Maybe if I do this again, and I see that there's like 1,000 X's, maybe I don't nope out of there. I don't know. It's hard to say.
Yeah, for sure. Question from the chat for Oatsngoats. How do you feel about that final shine spark to get that Zeb skip on that second seed? That was pretty clutch. I didn't think you were going to get that one.
Yeah.
Nice. I was I didn't feel like doing the mental math there. That's a little complicated. It's 5 and 2 or whatever it is, but I knew that would probably be a much better option if I could just do it somewhat quickly. So yeah, I mean, it's basically, I don't know if it's actually faster at that point. Probably still is faster. I didn't know where the nearest refill was. But yeah, I think I saw, Map Rando Lord Eddie do it once, and I was like, I just want to be like my hero here. So yeah,
the glaze comes out.
Yeah, and then some X Factory on Mother Brain, which I think was faster, but I was missing a bunch of them. You can hit 3 consistently, but yeah.
Yeah, just hitting 2 particles. Even then, just kind of saving up on that. You have the health to tank all the hits from Mother Brain. Being at 10 tanks in both suits, you only need 300 health, so 301 technically. But yeah, with just kind of saving a little bit of time, I think the X Factors are pretty fast compared to especially just Charge Wave.
Yeah, Charge Wave is fairly weak, so.
Yeah. So bring your attention back to Seed 1, though, unless you guys have other questions about Seed number 2.
No,
I'm good.
So thoughts and feelings on Seed number 1. I believe we started in Rex ship, yes? And there were a couple of things around. I remember specifically Path tried to sacrifice for the map, and that was tragic. Thoughts on that one?
Let me get.
Yeah, I had to reopen the map
up here.
I think it was when you were trying to go down Main Street.
Oh,
and
yeah.
you couldn't get back up.
I actively was telling myself this is a dumb thing to do. But I mean, okay, it's game one. Game one's a throwaway to me, to be honest. My hands are making decisions, my brain's not clearing. So,
hey, if you could reach that map, though, I think that's a fantastic play. Although it is a small area, that's the only thing that's going against you.
Yeah,
when
and
you
it's also no
Torian and
objectives.
Rex ship, yeah.
So I'm like, I don't know.
If you had Speed Booster, that could have been really cool because you could have gotten a charge from below and then Shine Spark.
Oh, true. I don't think I
Yeah,
had
the
speed
loop.
at the time. Did I? Maybe I did.
What? I can't
Oh, that
remember
would have been
what
so
we had.
cool.
I don't think he did. It was fairly
No,
early.
no.
I think
remember
within the
at one
4-minute
point-
mark.
At one point, I had speed there, and I thought about it, but I was like, no, that's the map is done here. There's nothing else. So
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
I did like the play for what you both did, but I think you did it first. Oats was because I'm pretty sure it's a gamble and not in logic having to cross Coliseum without high jump, right?
Yep, that's
Yeah.
not in logic.
Grapple
But
only.
you felt like that was the play to do, or what drove you to it?
So heading into no objectives, which I know is like a very volatile mode. My thought process going into it is get the maps in every zone pretty much at all costs. So there was a save at the bottom right going into Bryn. So there was a small chance that I couldn't still reach the map after Coliseum, but it ended up working out to where I did locate Mother Brain immediately. I think 10 minutes into the seed, somewhere around there. And then at that point, it's a panic because I see 4 X's, and 1 X is potentially 2 X's.
Yes.
And I made the decision not to grab any of them and leave to go keep exploring, because what the terrible thing about this game mode is you see all these and it's like so tempting. You say, oh, if I just grab, if they're just all super crystals, I can just kill right now. And the odds of that, it could happen, but it's fairly slim. So I did end up leaving and exploring a lot. I did luckily find charge. It was either Criteria or Torian to choose from. I chose Torian, and Torian had charge like immediately. So,
yeah, definitely. So on the same thought path, you found speed, you found grapple, you see Coliseum, but you decided not to cross. Is it just purely because it wasn't in logic?
Partly,
or would you
but
have
also
gone for it on second?
It's just a mistake. If I play this again, I think you 100% have to go for it. You have to try to get the map in no objective, especially.
Yeah, the information was huge. Information was massive.
The save there at the bottom.
I did. Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
There's no good reason why I didn't cross.
I mean, it is kind of scary. I mean, I think any other game mode, I'd say like you made the right decision. I don't even know if what I did was the right decision. Obviously, in hindsight, it is. Like, we know that Mother Brain was here and it worked out for me, but it's kind of tough because the map is still somewhat far away and it's fairly early. There is a chance we can't even get to it, so then I just potentially lose 3-4 minutes. But
losing minutes worth and no objectives is much worse than losing minutes worth where you have to have 4 objectives, because the seeds are just generally so much shorter. Oats took a really spicy play in trying to get that map. Luckily, he was rewarded with that map, with Mother Brain knowledge, and with 3 majors, none of which were actually useful. But, I mean, like, it was rewarded massively. So, a little bit of RNG here and there, and that one kind of went Oats' way.
Yeah, I think it would always go his way. I feel like I was playing with, like, no sense of urgency, and that's just not how you play, I think. That's just wrong.
Yeah, no objective scares me, so I did play kind of panicked, and that was my kind of goal going into it was, like I said, map at all costs and get as much information as quickly as possible.
Well, it worked.
Yeah.
Took a year off your life, but it worked.
Yeah.
Information is key in no objectives.
Yeah, overall it was a lot of fun though. Interesting seeds and GGs. It was fun playing.
GGs.
Yeah, absolutely. Any more questions, thoughts, and for you guys, we're going to wrap this up here pretty soon. We'll go ahead and start, again, Oats, who already gave his final thoughts, but start with Oats, then the path, and then I'll give it away to my co-commentator, Shafi.
Yep, just as always, thanks for everyone putting this together. I know it's a lot of work doing these tournaments, and appreciate everything that everyone's doing. So thank you very much. It's been a lot of fun, and look forward to the future matches.
Path?
Yeah. Thanks for everyone watching, all the volunteers, all the tournament admins, Speed Gaming, of course. And I'm sorry they weren't closer, unfortunately.
It was close. The second one was very close.
The second one, sure. Yeah, but the first one, that's no fun.
It happened. All right, Seth.
Well, y'all
questions?
are some goats. I just want to say thank you for the awesome display of races. They were really, really incredible to watch. Masterclass, honestly. Congratulations to Oats on winning. Of course, Path is not out, but good luck on the future matches. Let's see what y'all cook up.
All right. A final couple of questions for me. With Oats taking away the 2-0 win today against Path, he'll be moving on to the 4th round to face the winner between Zeb and Andy. Any thoughts about your opponents on that one?
I haven't seen Zeb around, which is scary because I feel like he is in the chamber right now, just grinding out, just figuring out the math for every possible scenario. And, he's a big-brained individual, but so is Andy. Andy is an incredible gamer. He's very smart, and he's one of the rando gods. So it'll be interesting. I hope that Andy definitely puts a little bit of grinding in. Zeb obviously is the winner of the last tournament. But it would be really fun to have close matches there, and I think Andy will put up a really good match against Zeb. So,
yeah, you can't count out Andy at all. He shows up massively for tournaments, just like he showed up massively for that GDQ finale with that 4A race, almost taking that win away, less than a second.
Yeah, exactly.
Glorious, by the way. Sorry, spoilers, everybody. Spoilers. Can't be a spoiler if it's 3 months later, right?
No.
But yeah. That's going to do it for us here at Speed Gaming main channel for this best of 3 between Oatsngoats, the 4th seed, and Path, the 13th seed. Oatsngoats comes away with a 2-0 win to move forward. Path, not out of this gold bracket, going to be knocked down to the lower bracket. I believe his opponent is undetermined, but more on that later. But for now, y'all, I'm Spiffy Thomas with my co-commentator, Seffi, Oatsngoats, Path. Go check those guys out at their channels. And that's going to do it here. Have a wonderful rest of the day, and we will see you next mission.